Hey friends, it's Stephanie from Three Queens Resale, and in this video I am going to show you how we organize items for our live auctions and process them quickly for shipping. So welcome to our live auction room. I am a full-time reseller, and we source and list items on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, Depop, and Facebook Marketplace. But another aspect of our business that we are rapidly trying to grow is the live auction business. Now, um, the live auctions and I have a very sordid past. I've been doing live auctions for a little over a year, and to be honest, have been kind of inconsistent with it because I get burnt out. So I decided that if I was going to do it, I needed to come up with a way to do it in which was easy to manage and that I could do it and still list and not get burnt out. So I kind of assessed the situation to see what part of live shows was exhausting for me. And basically, it was setting up the shows, the actual photographing, like all that stuff, putting the items in the show. So, and then the shipping of large amounts of things quickly. And so, what I decided to do is to kind of completely flip the script on how I approach live auctions. And the items we're going with a lower end, $1, $2, $3 starts, because we just want to flip things quickly. Hopefully they get bidded up. And as we grow, like in live auctions, I've already started to see the items getting bidded up. But the items, once they are processed, like laundered, given a number, hung up, they have that number and they stay in here. They might get pulled from this auction to run on a past show. But other than that, they are auction items from now on. So we don't go back and forth between the listed inventory. We have pulled things that are listed inventory as we're going through that process, and now they're auction inventory, but they're still listed. And I note that on the tags, the number tags, by circling them. So I'm going to go through our system. So, of course, I sort the items. I source the items from the Goodwill outlet. These are items. Also, we get donations from friends and family weekly. And so I just process those items, decide what is going to be listed and what is going to be auctioned. So we process through those. Everything gets washed and laundered. These items do not get steamed. They do get downy wrinkle release, but they don't get steamed because that's just an extra step. And I pull them right out of the dryer in most cases and hang them. If they're really wrinkled, I would steam them. But so each item gets a number like this, and then that's its number. It's in the title, and that's how customers during the auction can reference the numbers by putting that number in the chat, and then I know to pull them. All of the items, all of the items are on the racks around the room. Okay, that's my newest rack that needs to be sorted in. But all of the racks are around the room and they are in number order. So when a customer asks to see number 35, I can quickly go over to the rack and grab item number 35. If they're like, I want to see 35, 42, and 47, I can just bam, 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 go down the racks and pull them because, as you can see, they're all in number order. So once an item sells during the auction, I try to keep them separated by people. So this rack would be empty because these are items that are going to be, I just processed for today's auction, so I'm going to put them in to the numbers. So I'm going to add them in. So this rack will be empty during the auction. And so what I do is we have free gifts with purchase. And those are, right now, it's these face masks. We do different kind of self-care fun things. Sometimes it's candy. So I write the name of the person on the item, and then I stick the item on on the hanger, and then these work good because they already have a hole in them. And then I just would wrap, like, so say if Becky bought this tank top, I'd write thanks Becky on it, on the tank top, put the tank top on this rack, and then anything that Becky bought from that point on would go behind it. And then if Susie bought these shorts, Susie would have a different face mask that said, thank you, Susie, and anything that Susie bought would go behind it. So it's like a filing system for the sold items. So how this works out, so the sold items are on here, so my husband can go and they're in order by the person who sold them, who purchased them. So we have Becky and Susie's orders. They're here. Whether that's 5 items or 15 items, they're in order of how they purchased them, because I just come over and I put them on the rack. That way, when we print out the whatnot labels, the items are on the rack how they are going to print on the label, because they're in the same order that they purchased them. So all he has to do is double check the item numbers, these numbers, with the receipt or with their packing slip, and package them and send them on their way. So that way shipping is not like a horrendous sorting deal for him as well. So those numbers stay on those hangers. They get transported downstairs, and I'll kind of show you the shipping process after today's sale. And then he can pull them quickly and sort them quickly. Actually, he doesn't even need to sort them because they are already sorted. It is just a double check to make sure that we can get the right items to the right person. Because of the low starts, people tend to purchase more things. So if you're going to run auctions with low starts, get larger size boxes because people will buy more things. And he can get shipping done. He can ship 60 items in less than an hour because it's already been pre-sorted for him, and he's just double checking. And then we start the cycle all over again. So if you are new to my YouTube and new to me on live selling, I'll put my Whatnot and Jamble links for $10 off your first purchase on each of those sites. But we are starting a new weekly show. It will be Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 11 to 1 Eastern, and it's the Ben's Haul from Home. Our Ben's does not allow us to film in there, and so there's lots of resellers that are doing live shows from the Ben's. I cannot do that for reasons I just stated, but in my head I was like, how can I capitalize on the fact that I live 15-20 minutes from the Ben's and build that into our process? And so, and kind of still launder and inspect the items because I get in a rush in the bins, and I really don't want to sell things straight from the bin without washing it and inspecting it myself, like thoroughly under my, natural lighting at home. So we are going to do bins hauls from home. I'm super excited about it because I get to go to the bins 3 times a week. We'll see how, and they're only going to be 2-hour shows, 90 minutes to 2 hours. And hopefully for some of my reseller friends and some of my YouTube following who are trying to get started in reselling, it's an opportunity for you guys to get some low cost inventory, support Three Queens Resell, support our YouTube channel, and us all to grow together. So I'm super excited about this venture moving forward, and I will be back after the sale so you guys can see what it's like at the end, and we'll also record shipping. Okay, so we're back. The auction is over. And so these are all the things that sold. And so like I explained before the show, what I do is I take the face mask, I write the person's name, screen name on there, and then as they buy things, they go behind that. So we actually didn't sell with all the things that sold. We only had five different buyers. So that way, all Brian has to do is double check the packing slip with the numbers on the hangers and the number of items to kind of cross check, and then it makes shipping go super quickly. Okay, friends, so we are down in the shipping room with Brian, who is my lovely assistant. He does, and husband, but he does all of the shipping. So remember how I had the items separated by person? He is now double checking me. He prints the label, so there is a label right there on the table. He double checks to make sure that I put the right things with the right person. And of course, we individually bag the items and back up in their Ziploc baggies. And then he packages them in the required packaging postage, whatever it is, whether it's a flat rate or USPS. So that's how we get through the shipping so quickly. And you can see the numbers are still all on the hangers. We don't take those numbers off until he does that part. So thanks, Brian, for showing us shipping. Okay, friends. So I hope you enjoyed our whatnot processing video that shows how we can get 60 items out in the same day they sell in a show. Basic supplies, you just need to number the hangers, keep the hangers numbered, number them in the show as well, keep them in order, and go from there. If you keep everything separated by person and in order, it makes shipping a lot easier on the back end when you are getting ready to ship quickly. And this, even though there are two people, me and my husband are both doing this together, I can easily do all the parts myself. So even if he's like out of town or sometimes he's out doing something else, so I'll just go ahead and knock shipping out. I can still, right after the show, take the items down to the basement and, get the shipping done super quick within less than an hour right after we do the show. So I hope this helps. If you found value in this content, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Leave me a comment down below. What kind of brands would you like to see us sell in our Ben's Haul from Home shows on Whatnot? Until then, I will see you in the next one. Bye.